he's needing week in and week out, and a lot of speed. Got a spin off of turn 4.
Brandon Brown in the 90.
Hold the brake, hold the brake.
He is around and a little bit of damage there on the back end.
Fired up, rolling down here. You got a couple on the inside of you.
Take a look.
Yeah, and this is getting up to speed. He hasn't made a full lap yet, so that's one issue that he has, and you can see just how quickly it gets away. You start that little wiggle right in the middle, hard to save it. No grip once you get out of the groove, too.
One more angle. Here's Brandon Brown. DJ said on the warm-up lap, that's coming out of turn 4. Actually, that's in the middle of turn 4.
Yeah, and you're driving these cars
against the fastest. Oh, another spin. Yep. It is tough to hang on to here. Chad Fincham around in the 40 car.
He got sideways in the middle here.
And it sounds like it looks like exactly the same spot that Brandon Brown lost control of. Here's Fincham, the Tennessee driver, and man, it's just like you want to hold it, and then you're starting to just apply the gas there, right?
Yeah, you are. You're back in the throttle there, and you can see he might be 6 inches out in that gray, so you're not even talking about the full width of the right rear tire getting
out
there.
And that was off of turn 2. There's Hauff. Locks it up and keeps it off the inside barrier. See the hood buckled a little bit there. See how much he got on the outside. Place whatever was damaged there. Most recently, this is Quinn Hauff, and he got the right rear of that one, DJ.
Yeah, and I think he might even slide down here and get a little bit of the front end, too. So very unfortunate, but a different track than what they experienced this morning.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal from Northern Kentucky Law Enforcement, Troy Dye.
Drivers, start your engines.
More than a 3-hour rain delay, the wait is over. Johnny Sauter on the inside, Christopher Bell on the outside. Yes, we are racing at Kentucky. Everyone wanting to get down to the bottom on that inside lane, but 3 wide behind the leader, Johnny Sauter. That's the 98 of Infinger jumping into that second spot. Christopher Bell in third.
That means he's got to really...
The 44 of Matt Mills into the wall.
That had to be right in front of our leader, Johnny Sauter, because we saw Infinger.
Keep it up, hold it, keep it, okay, now on the bottom, just go ahead and stop here.
Christopher Bell make maneuvers to get around him.
Yeah, there is the leader, Johnny Sauter, right behind him.
Just probably trying to get out of the way of Johnny Sauter, and he got his right sides up out of the groove where the rubber was. You can see Christopher Bell turning hard left to give him plenty of room.
And right there, he just overcorrects, and that's just a delicate balance when you're trying to save a truck at 160, 70 miles an hour. You want to turn it right a little bit to try to get the back end up under you, but there's a point where you have to bail out and just crank it to the left and hope you can straighten it up. If not, just spin down on the infield.
And that's a seat of the pants thing to know when that thing's going to swing back around. You actually have to start turning left before you even need to.
You know, we talked about the charge from the back of Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch. Look who's up there now. Parker Kligerman is the first guy to the front from the back. Good charge for that team.
And how about that? Teammates 1, 2, and Matt Crafton, another Thor Sport machine right behind him. And there's Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, a 2-time winner this season and the current leader in the playoff standings. Doesn't look like he hit anything, but certainly an issue for the Ford.
Look at that.
It's the 99 of Brandon Jones, the 19 of Austin Cindric. McSandwich the 4 of Bell.
Truck owner Kyle Busch had a good view of that. He was right behind him.
Oh, and look at the 83 truck.
Yeah, J.J. Yaley did a nice job getting stopped.
Awesome job.
Let's take a look at watch what Kyle was watching here of his truck.
There's Bell just to his left.
Oh, Bell just saw a gap there and shot it up the middle. The hole closed when they got to the turn, and around he went.
Kentucky Speedway.
Ryan Truex doesn't care where Ben Rhodes is from, does he? The New Jersey driver says, I want to get this stage.
Rhodes will take the green and white checkers. Win stage 1.
First stage this year that Johnny Sauter did not score any points.
What a great move on the restart. Good job, buddy. How's the truck, and how does this strategy, you think, set you up to win this race ultimately?
Oh, I think it's going to come down to restarts. I took a few pages from Kyle Busch back in Kansas, and I'm hoping to apply them here tonight. Our safe plate Tuncher's fast, but we made some good adjustments there. I'm hoping that it'll get us as fast as everybody else, but this is just like super speedway racing on a mile and a half. It's the wildest race I think I'm going to be a part of. I couldn't shake the guys behind me. I was trying my best, so as long as the restarts can keep playing out in our favor, I'm going to make some crazy moves and get us up to the front, get us a win on our home state for all of our supporters that came out
The
here.
outside racing again at Kentucky. This is stage 2.
Chase Briscoe jumps down in front of Mike Snyder. Move him up to 3rd.
3 wide. Crafton coming around the outside.
Did you say 3 wide, Vince?
3 wide. Oh, look at the fog on the backstretch.
How about 4 wide?
Or maybe 5. Oh, trouble. Ben Rhodes.
The stage 1 winner, Ben Rhodes, is around, and the 98 of Enfinger teammates.
And Matt Crafton also got a piece of the wall as well.
Believe he did. Looked like he got squeezed in there. So 3 Thor Sport trucks involved. How bad is that damage? Oh yeah, you see the smoke coming from the right front on Matt Crafton. You ask and you receive. Here's the replay. There's Bell right there in the middle.
He talked about the 4 of Christopher Bell coming down. Christopher really held his line. There was a lane down below. There was plenty of room down there for the 27.
It looked like the 27 almost was loose before he got to the corner, Phil.
That's what it looked like.
Stand bottom, stand bottom, stand, turn up top, inside, inside. Inside, we got one spin Alpha.
Watch it from the 98 of Enfinger. This was a battle right there about the 10th position.
Top of three. Spin in front of you, back down, go low.
Wow, you
He
could
just had no time. He just had no time.
Well, you could see Enfinger elected to go high, saw the smoke and went high, and that just turned out to be the wrong decision.
We saw the damage that Crafton incurred right there against the outside wall.
And that didn't look like much, Phil. I don't think that will
ruin his night anyway.
No, I don't think so either.
The 45 of TJ Bell involved in that as well with
You can
Crafton.
see the 27 sideways before they really even get into the corner. And that's what everyone talked about with this racetrack. It's really flat down there. It takes a long time before the bank catches you. He got loose in that flat part of the racetrack before he got to the banking.
John Hunter Nemechek slowed down, went to the bottom. You can see Kaz Gralla and Cody Coughlin both doing a nice job getting over to the bottom. Enfinger was committed to the top, and that's where Rhodes landed.
Well, a big hit for Rhodes and Enfinger.
Ben Rhodes won stage number 1, accident shortly thereafter. You asked to see the replay. We'll play it, and you tell us what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see here. I was underneath the Ford trying to make a move. Then I saw him start to come down on me, so I started backing out. And as we were going down to the groove, we just all ran out of room. I was trying to give everybody as much room as I could. Just unfortunate. I know all the restarts, everybody was going as hard as they can. They were 4 wide in front of me, so I was trying to do what I could with what I had. Just unfortunate we couldn't come out a little bit better for our whole Safe Flight team. We had a lot of people here tonight to watch the race. Sorry I let them down. I guess just a big mistake on my part, miscalculated it, and just need to reevaluate our situation this year and try to get us in the playoffs.
Noah Gregson on the verge of winning stage 2. It is his first stage win of the season.
That was a battle for the final stage point. John Hunter Nemechek got it.
Now Snyder scores the spot, and John Hunter Nemechek has got a mirror full of Austin Cindric, and now Gregson goes around.
What a job. What a job by that young man hanging onto that truck.
Don't tear the fender off of it.
See if we can see what happens. They're all diving to the bottom to get around Myatt Snyder, who didn't get a run off turn 4. Looked like maybe Gragson just too low and bounced up into the side of Cindric and around the 18 went.
Yeah, it bottomed out, then the thing jumped up the hill into Cindric.
They saw the spark come from underneath the 18 truck.
Look at those guys just keeping their trucks straight and the gas down, trying to get around the outside of the spinning 18. Gragson never stopped driving it and got it pointed in the right direction. Watch him just get too low and bam.
Watch him start bouncing. He just, the front tires weren't on the ground. That's why he jumped out into Austin Cindric's truck.
Great job by Cody Coughlin in the yellow truck. You could see him just crowd up just enough to miss the spinning 18. Watch Coughlin in that Jegs truck. Sees he's got to get high, moves up just in time.
Couldn't really see anything. I'm sure Terry Cook, his spotter, probably gave him some help there.
How about this vision of Kyle Busch? That was close.
Barely had time to crack the throttle.
That could have collected 7 or 8 trucks in a
easily.
hurry. Yep.
I think maybe he got down on the drain.
Yeah, quite possibly hit that drain.
Maybe drain O if you do that.
Continuing another one of those drivers that's just continuing to get better and better as Myatt Snyder gets sideways.
Hang on to it. Keep it up there. Keep it up there. Brakes, 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 brakes. Okay, you're good. Get rolling.
Had been running 11th.
That's just great information from Brett Griffin, the spotter. Brakes, brakes, brakes. You really want to do some donuts after the race, not during.
Drive it straight, man.
But KBM trucks have spun and not a one of them's hit anything.
Wow, that's just loose.
Yeah, he got really, really loose. That's Austin Hill going around. Austin does an awesome job getting around the outside, as well as Parker Kligerman down on the inside.
You can see right there, locked up, just like spotter Brett Griffin was saying. That slows the momentum. People are able to drive around.
He just got loose getting down in turn 3. That's what a lot of people talked about was a trouble spot in this racetrack. You get loose down in 3, and then once you catch the banking, then you start getting tight. Around Myatt went. And Myatt was running just outside the top 10 when this happened.
Brandon Jones for second while Bell takes the lead. Oh, and a big crash. Truex involved.
Kaz Grala also involved.
We got it.
Both these guys having such a great run.
It's just so dicey on these restarts.
So Ryan Truex and Kaz Grala.
Those trucks are total
The
this.
16 and the 33 is Kaz Grala.
Wow, Kaz just had a great run on the inside of the 02 of Austin Hill, and the door was shut. Kaz out of control. Truex, unfortunately, just a victim. You can see right there. Another case that looked a whole lot like Ben Rhodes' crash. You know, you commit to trying to fire down in there, and when someone shuts the door, it's too late to back out.
And like that Rhodes incident that collected Infinger, this incident for Grala collected Ryan Truex. Tough break for Truex. Been having such a good season.
That's 2 tough breaks in a row. Lost an engine at Iowa. And
look just ahead of those guys crashing. You saw Kyle Busch and Austin Hill make some contact. So Busch, after that rough pit stops inside the top 10, but he nearly got taken out there as well.
51 of Myatt Snyder will get the free pass. Take a look at it from the view of Kyle Busch.
that was Kaz down to his inside. You see Austin Hill to 0-2. When the 0-2 moved up and touched him, you heard Kyle burp the throttle there for just a second.
Toward the start-finish line. 15 laps to go as John Hunter Nemechek has some right side damage.
A lot of right side damage.
Yeah, that'll blow a tire. He's going to have to come to pit road.
Stay up here.
Nemechek was running 4th at the time and is
shot of winning a third straight race is going down.
It's got a little bit wide. You see him get a little bit sideways, chasing it up the hill, getting the loose stuff there. It's pretty significant contact against the safer barrier.
Inside here, inside.
Such a helpless feeling hearing those tires squealing.
The view from Kyle Busch.
What about Johnny Sauter with the nice quick move to the bottom?
Yeah, Kyle never backed off. He saw it all the way.
Clear F, clear F.
Jones is there taking a look.
Tony Hirschman's guiding him around there. His spotter.
Hit your arc then. Clear F, hit your arc, hit your arc.
Through turn 3 and through turn 4. After more than 3-hour delay to start the race, it was worth the wait. Christopher Bell wins at Kentucky.
Thank you guys, hell yeah.
That's right.
And Christopher is climbing out of that winning Ford truck, and his team from Kyle Busch Motorsports is here to greet him on a very exciting victory lane for Christopher Bell and the Ford team. Telling me before the race, you had to beat getting a kiss and hug from his girlfriend, had to be the boss man to get the win today. You did just that. How rewarding is this one, Christopher?
This is pretty special, man. This was a extremely tough race for me. We had our ups and downs there, and through practice yesterday, just kind of practice didn't really go smooth, but we had such a good Toyota Tundra that I knew if the right circumstances came up, we could do it. And Rudy did a great job on top of the pit box, just getting me track position after I made a mistake there and spun out. But just really glad to be here, really thankful for all the guys at TRD. Everyone at Kyle Busch Motorsports, man, they build such fast Tundras. It's a pleasure to drive them. Our Joe Gibbs engines are flawless, and I think that showed today.
Nice job. Enjoy it. Christopher Bell, a 3-time winner so far this year, guys.
Green flags in the air. We're racing in Kentucky. And they bottle up in the start-finish line. The 62 is around. Caution out immediately. You see the damage to the 33 early. Brandon Jones, a lot of damage to the left front. Brendan Gaughan also.
Look bad, guys.
Issues to that car.
Yeah, watch the 18 car. He looks like he gets really slow right here, and I think that just stacks everybody up behind.
You see the 62 gets the first car spun around. I'm not sure the 18 gets slower, it just doesn't go. It looks to me like the rest of the field tries to time the restart and accelerate into the back of the front row. And
he went when the flag went, though. The flag's waving, and remember, at the initial start of the race, there is no restart zone. Right. It's the initial start of the race. It's the flagman dropping the green flag. So I think he went when the flag dropped.
Ready, going late. Green flag, stacking up and pick up, stay up.
Yeah, just mistime. When you're in a car and you're in a line, you can't see what's ahead of you 4 or 5 rows, and the 19 at Tiff pushing to 7 pushing. They're just all running into each other.
And a very close call for the one of Elliott Sadler. He was just in front of all of this taking place.
Right off the bat. It's going to take a while to get the racetrack cleaned up.
And another caution has come out. This time it's Brendan Gaughan into the wall on the backstretch coming out at 2. And he was involved in the initial incident. And a lot of damage to the right side. I'm sure Brendan Gaughan not happy about the way this race has started. We'll take a look at what happened.
yeah, you see the 62 already up out of the groove. That's a hard hit right there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. At the angle of that hit and the position in the corner, you would think it's definitely some sort of compounded problem from the first accident of the day.
And Rick, I think Kyle Busch is growing a little tired of all these restart games very early in this race. Take a listen to the radio.
If NASCAR ain't gonna call the lag off and lagging behind, I'm gonna up every restart.
And 4th. So Erik Jones, as he works his way around this 1.5 mile track, comes back by the finish line, and he will win stage number 1. And the highest scored Xfinity Series driver is going to be Tyler Reddick in 5th.
About an engine, and that is very, very concerning.
This is the 12th of Ryan Blaney, and he will get stage 2 win. He was on the inside of 3 wide, but that wasn't for position. Ryan Blaney, Erik Jones, Kyle Busch. It'll be Kevin Harvick and Paul Menard ending up in the top 5 in stage 2.
Car on the bottom, and Kyle Busch now has a preferred lane on the bottom with 3 wide.
William Byron took advantage of that 3 wide situation. When you got 3 cars in the round, goes to 2 of Paul Menard.
Heavy contact right there, Rick.
Back's pushed in. Not rolling yet. Yeah, rear end's knocked out of it.
Paul Menard started to roll, and you could see it the way it was moving. He decided to stop. Doesn't want to drag any fluid on the track. The safety crew will get to him and take him back into the garage.
He's on the outside lane on top of his teammate. Just no grip there. He's trying to keep pace, trying to get in front of Daniel Hemrick, and just wasn't any grip.
Back on the gas right there on that outside.
Question. You're in the throttle, carrying a lot of speed, and we talked about that second groove. We just haven't seen it come in yet. He's probably a little bit loose start of a run. If you're not loose on the start of the runs, on repaves especially, you're going to be way tight later in the run, probably a little looser than he wanted to be, and just trying to carry that speed.
It's right along with Matt Tiff.
Come up top, inside. No caution, still green, keep coming.
It amazed me how early Matt Tiff had cracked the throttle there. He's looking so far ahead. I think that's sometimes we forget. At 170, 180 miles an hour, you can't look, 1 or 2 car lengths ahead like you might down a side street at 35 miles an hour. You have to look hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the distance. I think he knew the 2 was in trouble about just barely after poor Paul Menard knew he was in trouble. You heard him crack the throttle to make sure he knew which direction the 2 was going to go.
He was coming off of pit road. And as he stays down on the apron for an extended period of time, he actually spins coming off of turn 2 and gets right down next to the wall.
So I know that looks silly, but I'm telling you, that is very, very rough on the very bottom of the racetrack on the apron, and it's narrow as well. And in the NBC Toyota car yesterday, I almost did the same thing.
Did you?
Yep, you couldn't see me, so I never told you.
I was going to say, if you could have done that, that would have made for great television. You should do that one time.
Has been with the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He makes the pass. He's going to try to get by Erik Jones going down the backstretch for the final time. That's a fight for second. While he does clear him, Ryan Blaney. Now, the closest car to the 18, but it's not close enough. Kyle Busch comes out of turn 4. He's going to win at Kentucky again.
Good job, Eric. Thank you, guys. Woo! Thank you, bud. Good job today. Good job, pit crew, everybody.
In front of him, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Erik Jones, Kevin Harvick, Ty Dillon, Joey Logano. In front of William Byron is, once again, we see Kyle Busch, who has done this so many times. A record 88 wins for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. And he blows out the rear tire. Was climbing out of the car as the left rear tire blew. Kyle Busch will do his customary bow to the crowd after he grabs the checkered flag. And let's go down to Marty.
Kyle Busch taking the helmet off the car, wants to come off the banking, and you should see all the rubber that's here on the racetrack. And up close and personal for the bow for Kyle Busch to the fans. The car wants to go down the racetrack, Kyle. How key were those 4 tires, and how key were restarts today, Kyle?
It was pretty big. The 4 tires certainly meant a lot for us there when we were coming back up through and trying to catch those guys, and then it gave us the opportunity to stay out there on that caution where those guys came in and pitted. So can't say enough about Eric Phillips and all these guys on this NOS Energy Drink Camry. They're rowdy scheme, so that's pretty cool. We appreciate NOS letting us do that, and all the fans, appreciate all your guys' support. Appreciate y'all coming out here this morning. Hopefully all of you stay around here for tonight and watch a rowdy doubleheader.
You hear the fans cheering for you. I got to say, that's an impressive layout of rubber there on the burnout, Kyle.
There wasn't much rubber left on them. I just gave it everything that they had left for me, but yeah, it's fun to come out here and to race in the Xfinity Series. I appreciate Xfinity and Joe Gibbs Racing Engines, Interstate Batteries, NOS Energy Drink, M&M's for letting me do this. So we have a lot of fun. We enjoy it, but you know, it's all about tonight.
I think these fans are going to stick around for tonight. We'll see you in Victory Lane.
They should.
All right, Kyle Busch going to head to Victory Lane. And Rick, I think you saw the rubber that he laid down. That's impressive. That left rear completely gone on this 18 car.
See Denny Hamlin trying to hold Jamie Murray down. Jamie's needing to come back on the racetrack. Look at that bump. There's a huge hole in the bottom of the racetrack right there. Moves Jamie up into Denny Hamlin. I'm not sure Jamie turned up there. I'm not sure the bump just didn't knock him up. And it's hard to turn with no tires on the ground. Marty.
And because of that, Denny Hamlin not very happy. He came on the radio a moment ago and said, in essence, I'm not very happy. And then he came back on the radio and said, you go tell his spotter, talking to Chris Lambert, his spotter, that I'm going to hit him. I'm going to get back to him, and I'm going to get to him. Talking about Jamie McMurray. Not very happy that 11 with a 1.
Turn number 4.
This season, stage winner, MTJ.
There you go. MTJ. Stage winner for stage 1 from Kentucky.
And Kevin Harvick got by Jamie McMurray down the back straightaway to get 4th position.
Harvick, McMurray, top 5. What a run for Martin Truex Jr. 12 times already in 2017 he has won the stage. Oh, around goes the 2. Into the wall. The 14 of Clint Boyer also up. The 48 of Jimmy Johnson slams the wall hard.
How bad is it, brother? Yeah, it's real bad. Missed the 2 when you were spinning.
Hard hit by Jimmy Johnson.
Underneath, Clint Boyer just got loose. Could not hold it. Air got pulled off the car. Same thing we saw last year. Entering turn 3 side by side is very difficult.
And now we're on board. Brad Keselowski, you see, enters the corner.
Outside, tight right, tight right.
And it was just that flat corner, no grip. We talked about it. It was really a virtual replay to multiple wrecks we saw last year.
Caution is out.
That inside car just gets down in there. And with the car on the outside, it takes away the side force, takes away some of the down force. Around he goes. Jimmy Johnson, nowhere to go. You heard him say right here, hit the 2, then something broke. He's into the wall.
A hard hit for the 2 and the 48. The 33-year-old out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, Brad Keselowski, a lot of damage. Kenseth had a good run off of turn 4, and around goes the 6. And Casey Kane also involved. Casey Kane in the 5 into the wall. And the 4th caution has come out. They were running 11th and 12th.
The damage on Kane's car looks very similar to the same damage
the garage if,
we saw with Jimmy Johnson.
Once again, you heard it. We're done. If you can drive it back to the garage.
It looks to me that the 6 was already probably on the middle of the racetrack, not even really on the high line on the straightaway. The 5 of Casey Kane was looking underneath them. The 5, basically, you said, forced the issue. He thought he was inside the 6. He was just barely inside the bumper cover. The 6 of Trevor Bayne was committing to the bottom of the racetrack. They make contact. It ends up costing both drivers a race.
It's just a fight for the bottom. You know, if we were at Michigan, Trevor Bayne wouldn't care if Casey was underneath him. He'd just run the middle of the racetrack. But here you have to be on the bottom. So it's a fight for the bottom.
So, Jimmy, that looked like right place, wrong time.
Correct. It's just dicey on the restarts, but a strong Lowe's Chevrolet. Hate it for the guys that we didn't get a better finish. The car felt great. I feel like we're probably in position for a good top 5 night with all things considered. But the 2 car got into the corner and he was sideways before he got there. I felt like the car on the outside of him left him some room. And then talking to Brad inside, he said it was just sideways before I ever got to the corner. And I thought I almost had a miss. I really thought I had a miss, and I just clipped him with my right front, and it broke something in the suspension and took me into the fence.
Sorry you are tonight. Brad, describe what happened with your 2 car down there on the low line.
Yeah, I just got in the aero wake, and it pulled me around. I knew I was in a bad spot, and I was trying to you know, lay up, but there's only so much you can lay up. Here you get ran over from behind, and just the air pulled me right around. Dave kind of sucks, and I feel bad for everybody on the Miller Lite Ford team, and I think I tore up 2 or 3 other guys. That really sucks for them, but I don't know. It was just kind of a tough spot to be in on these tracks where, you know, they're kind of one groove, and you can't just lay up every time. You just give up too many spots, or you get ran over from behind, and if you drive in at all with anyone even close to being beside you, the cars just spin out and wreck. So it's it sucks, but it is what it is, and I had to find a way around it, and we didn't today.
Brad's out in Kentucky.
No problem doing everything just right.
Want to listen into the 42 communications as caution comes out. We'll take a little break there as far as the radio goes, but the caution has come out. The slide coming off of turn 4 of the 6 of Trevor Bayne, right at the entrance of pit road.
To stay on the racetrack, we mentioned Trevor Bayne was in an accident earlier, and you see him in the second groove, still in the black, but the car just loses grip, spins around very easily. I just think it comes down to that damage. That deck lid has so much damage. The spoiler's not really in the air. We already learned, we heard Brad Keselowski talk about how sensitive the air was. Well, poor Trevor Bayne doesn't have much of a car to ram. I mean, you look, you can barely even see the spoiler. So they did the best. Yeah, they did the best they could do with the repairs. But
amazing that we're sitting here talking about, and there's the caution they need right there, possibly.
Into the wall. That is the 23.
Side
So
now,
Joey Gase.
clear low, clear low. Take it to the garage. Take it to the garage.
That is caution number 6, and now
execution, it didn't work. We need to do something different as we see Joey Gase. Oh, it's never good to see one go straight, Jeff.
No, it's not. Just nothing you can do. Obviously, a right front down or something mechanical just would not turn.
coming through 3 and 4, going for stage win number 2 on the night. Martin Truex Jr. will get it again. That's 4 times now that he has swept the first 2 stages in a race. That is why he is leading in playoff points. And his point totals continue to escalate.
Look at this, a water bottle on the racetrack. Paul Menard runs by it. The 4-car runs by it. A.J. Allmendinger high centers it. It's only one way that thing gets on the racetrack. You know, drivers looking for a caution, throwing stuff on the racetrack. I can promise you NASCAR is trying to find who threw that water bottle, thinking, okay, what bad is going to happen?
Not many things bad have happened to the 78 team, but a caution does come out just as we're talking about it. The caution comes out before Martin Truex Jr. got to the start-finish line, and the smoke rolling out from underneath the 41.
It was obviously some sort of major fluid leak on this 41. The smoke looks like it's starting up underneath the front or a tire down.
Stuff's coming out of it too.
Well, I don't see any damage, so I don't think he had any wall contact. Oh, the smoke is now just pouring out of the 41 car. That would, I would have to guess that is some sort of engine issue.
And flames underneath, and actually we saw flames inside of the car. Kelly.
And it was just a couple of laps ago. Kurt said just that. I think I'm blowing up, and you can see it there. It's all confirmed now as they head back to the garage.
We said it. It looked like, you know, without a doubt, Truex Jr. and his team been dominating this race, but it wasn't over. Anything can happen. Well, that anything that can happen just happened.
Into the restart zone. We're in overtime. Green flag back in the air.
Great job by Truex. He came with speed. He did not get too slow. That helped him not spin those rear tires.
He dives to the bottom of the racetrack in front of the 18 and pulling away as the 18 moves up the track to the overtime line. They get there. Kyle Larson shoots to the bottom of the track. He moves up to second. We are in overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Right, white flag. Clear by 5.
White flag in the air. One more time around as they wreck behind him. Daniel Suarez is around. Matt Kenseth is around. The 3 of Austin Dillon in the grass. The caution has come out. It has been a perfect 10 for Martin Truex Jr. His 10th career win. It will come in Kentucky.
Told you, buddy. Hell of a job.
Off of turn 4.
Darrell Wallace just way up the racetrack. Pushed the 20 out of the groove. 20 spun and all that loose debris. Nothing Suarez or Dillon could do.
They were well past that overtime line, which determines if they will restart again. Almost got to the white flag. What an amazing restart. Let's look again at this.
That was a great restart. Martin Truex Jr. I thought he was done. But everybody pitted, no way, he's done. Great recovery.
This moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. And Martin Truex Jr. giving the crowd here at Kentucky an incredible show.
Is he in there somewhere?
Fireworks going off just outside of the track. Martin Truex Jr. smoking down the rear tires with that burnout, and the crowd roars.
An incredible performance down here, and I wish you could smell the tire smoke, Rick. Just an unbelievable performance from Martin Truex Jr. It takes speed, it takes execution, but I gotta know, when everyone else pitted, were you thinking, I'm done?
I thought we were dead. I thought we were done. This is completely unbelievable. I'm so excited to win here. It felt like we had a shot last year and it got away from us on fuel mileage, and just wanted to win here so bad after that. So this sweet redemption. I got to say hi to Sherry back home. She didn't make it this weekend, so love you, babe. And all these awesome fans, thank you guys so much for coming out. What an awesome crowd. Hope they enjoyed it, man. That was a whole lot of fun.
When you have a dominant car like that, how worried are you, Martin, in those final 100 laps or whatever?
Worried every lap, waiting for a caution, just especially at the end. You're counting them down, 30, the last 30, the last 20, the last 10, and then you get inside of 5, you're like, oh my God, there's no way there's not going to be a caution, and sure enough there was, but fortunately able to hold them off. This thing was just so stout tonight, and a good push from Larson helped us a bunch.
I know these fans are excited to see you in victory lane. We'll see you there in a second.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks, everyone.